everyone, Kelvin here from Food Chumps and welcome back. Today we are going to be making the world's best pancakes. So Joseph and I were recently at a virtual birthday party and we had a virtual cooking class and we were taught the roasted banana chocolate pancakes. So good. So thanks Chef Isaac, we're totally stealing your recipe and sharing it with the world. So today we're going to be making this with a couple added little twists. And before we get started, don't forget to hit subscribe and let's make some pancakes. The best part of this recipe is that we're actually making everything from scratch, so you don't need to buy any sort of pancake mix, just using common ingredients from your house. So first, we're gonna start with the pancake batter. So to start off with the dry ingredients, we're gonna use 3 cups of flour. Next up, 1 1/4 tablespoons of baking powder. Next up, we're gonna do some malted milk powder. So you can use Ovaltine, Horlicks. We chose Horlicks because we like the flavor a little bit better. And we're just gonna do 3 tablespoons. Boom, boom, and boom. Gives it that nice milky flavor. And we're gonna add 1/4 cup of sugar. Sugar goes in. And lastly, some salt. So next, we're just gonna combine our dry ingredients first, making sure it's well mixed. Dry powder, done. To get started on the wet ingredients, we're gonna first crack 4 eggs. Professional chef tip, don't crack it on an edge, crack it on a flat surface. When you crack it on an edge, it forces the eggshell to go in and you might have eggshell bits inside. And whisk the eggs. Next up, 1 3/4 cup of milk. Yeah, good enough.
Has it gone bad?
Is it the 13th?
Today is
The 14th. It expired
14th.
yesterday. It smells fine.
Yeah, it smells fine.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you pour so much? Yeah, it's fine.
So milk's been added and we're just gonna mix that up. And we got our melted butter here and we're just gonna add that in as well. Time to combine. Just gonna dip a hole in the middle and pour in our wet mixture. Just gonna fold that in. We want the mixture to be a little bit lumpy, but make sure that the flour is evenly dissolved. So pancake batter mix, it's still a little bit lumpy, but we're gonna let this chill in the fridge. While the pancakes are chilling in the fridge, next up, we're gonna make some toppings because the best pancakes require the best toppings. And we're gonna start off with macerating some strawberries. That just means that we're gonna soften the strawberries in some apple cider vinegar that just gives it some acidity to counteract the sweetness of the bananas later on. We're just gonna dice the strawberries first into thin slices. And we're just gonna slice up some mint. We're gonna chiffonade it. I just learned that on the weekend. Chiffonade's gonna roll it up. Sprinkle that in. Now that our strawberries and mint are done, we're gonna add in a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of honey. Next, we're gonna use the apple cider vinegar to macerate the strawberries. And don't forget your black pepper. And there we have it, our strawberries. We're gonna put this in a tight container and we're gonna give it a shake. Properly coated. So the great thing about these is that you can also use them in a variety of different dishes like salads as well. And we're just gonna let this chill while we work on the banana. And we saved the best for last. We're gonna do the banana butter. We're gonna roast this on the fridge. So we're gonna first peel our bananas. And next, we're just gonna slice it into thick chunks. To make the banana butter even nuttier, we're also gonna add in some mixed nuts. Chop them really fine and add them into the bananas. So first up, we're gonna lightly coat the pan in a thin layer of oil. Put our banana chunks onto the pan on medium heat, and we're just gonna lightly grill that. And we're gonna add a layer of honey on top and make sure that we're cooking it to nice golden brown and flip as required. Look at that sizzle, and it's almost done. And as you can see, we're turning it over and it's that nice deep golden brown. It's ready. We're gonna add in the nuts, just mix that in, add in some salt, and then add in some pepper. And this is what our finished banana butter looks like. It's nice and nutty, and we mixed in some salt, pepper, and those crushed mixed nuts earlier. And we're gonna be topping this on our pancakes in a bit. So we just finished chilling the pancake batter, and this has been in the fridge for about half an hour. And now that it's chilled, we're gonna cook it on top of the stove. So we're gonna wait for the pan to heat up a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of oil and use some paper towel to spread it evenly throughout. Next, we're gonna take a scoop of pancake batter and plop it in the middle. We're gonna add some dark chocolate chips here. That's optional. I like a little bit more chocolate in this one. And then once we see little bubbles pop through the pancake and it loses some of its sheen, we're just gonna take our spatula here and flip it over and cook it for a little while longer and then remove. And we're gonna do that for a few more pancakes. So now that our pancakes are done, we're just gonna assemble and make it look pretty. So I'm just gonna chop off the edges here. Take a bite real quick. Oh, that's pretty good. Now that our pancake is all trimmed, we're now gonna layer on that banana butter. And now that our banana nut butter has been added to our pancakes, we're gonna add our macerated strawberries. Just gonna get our handy dandy chopsticks and add a little bit for garnish. As a finishing touch, we're gonna add some cocoa and powdered sugar. And the finished product, all done. We've got our layered banana butter, we've got our macerated strawberries on top, and then we drizzled a little bit of honey, cocoa powder, and powdered icing sugar on top. Let's give it a taste test. We're just gonna cut it up into portion-sized bites. My favorite part, we are eating pancakes at 6:30 p.m.
Look, it's so bright out.
It's so bright out for once.
You gotta start off with a bite with everything.
So when we made it last time, we actually didn't have the dark chocolate chips, and adding them in this time, so much better.
I really like the nuts that we added in roasted bananas. The perfect breakfast that takes like 2.5 hours to make.
So worth it though. Yeah, I really like how I made the nuts larger sizes so you can really feel the crunch when you bite into it.
I want to try the strawberries by itself. I've never really liked the taste of apple cider vinegar though.
Yeah.
So if I were to do it again, maybe like balsamic vinegar or something like that.
Maybe like a little bit more sugar and maybe like a little bit of lemon zest. But overall, like with this recipe, with the banana butter, it like really helps balance out the sweetness of the banana.
Would you call these the best pancakes ever?
Thanks, Chef Isaac.
This is the fanciest thing I've ever made for breakfast.
Yeah, at dinner time. So what do you guys think? Was that not the world's best pancakes ever? Now I just need to figure out what to do with the rest of the ingredients because I can't eat all of that by myself. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and see you guys next week. Cheers.